We have another guest. We've been parading in state champs all week long, and now it's time to talk a little New Canaan lacrosse.
And nobody better to represent New Canaan than its head coach and former legend, Chip Buzzeo. Well, always a legend, I guess. Chip Buzzeo, the head coach. Congratulations, Chip. Thank you so much for joining us, first of all.
Oh, thanks for having me. It's great to be here.
So you've got this beating Daniel hand down in the state final. You got that down pat
Three
now,
times, right? Three
Yeah,
straight years.
3 times.
Is it more difficult every time?
Oh, definitely more difficult. This year was certainly a great game, and they played probably a perfect game, and we escaped probably. It was an incredible game by them.
You're still going through. You're kind of.
Yeah, I know the game
hands.
makes me a little nervous. To be honest with you.
You no matter what you see on the video here, you come out a winner.
Yeah. I mean, you don't lose that many face-offs and play against a zone defense and play against a hot goalie like they had that day and win games usually. So, I got to hand it to our seniors for playing great in the fourth quarter, and they won a championship for our team. So.
I don't know this to be certain, but it seems to me that, well, we all know that the Fairfield County teams, lacrosse is big, and the Fairfield County teams seem to excel at lacrosse. And I'm assuming that the rest of the state wants to beat Fairfield County teams, especially when it comes to state championship games. Do you find that? Do you see that? Do your guys recognize that?
Yeah, we hear it all the time. People are pretty open talking about it. We're not, shy to admit we understand, why that happens. The FCIAC has been the most dominant conference in the state. It's because we've been playing lacrosse the longest. New Canaan's been playing lacrosse for over 45 years. The rest of the state, they're catching up, but in terms of years playing the sport, it's not even close. So, but they're going to keep getting better, and as they keep getting better, we need to get better. So we've got to keep improving, and if we don't, they're going to start beating us more and more frequently. So.
Well, tell us about this team in particular, some of the strengths and why you were able to win another state title.
Well, I think it starts with our senior class. We had incredible seniors this year, first with Drew Morris, our two-time All-American goalie, who's going off to Maryland this year, one of our captains, and then Ryan O'Connell, 3-year starter. Ryan broke the all-time points record this year that was set by previously Michael Krause, who was ACC Rookie of the Year this year. Brian had 235 total points in 3 years. So for those two guys, they'll both be playing in the Under Armour All-American game. Those were our two leaders, but when you look at Andrew Bowers or James Gravato on defense, or Grant Braden, Jack Holzer at midfield, or Jackson Apelt or Richard Magnus, Danny Villeneuve at attack. So we had seniors throughout our entire lineup. And if you look at that fourth quarter, those highlights are all seniors making plays. So when
you guys scored the three
goals,
the three goals to put you up
with the three seniors. So
7, 8, and 9 to 6.
Correct.
Yeah.
So that's what won us a championship, and we always point to our seniors to say, hey, this is your last game and play your best, and they certainly did. So I'm so proud of them. And I actually started coaching that group when they were in 7th grade, when I was a volunteer 7th grade youth coach. So 6 years is a long time to spend with a group of boys, and I'm certainly going to miss them. That's for sure.
I'll tell you that. You are a guy that, as I mentioned, a former great player at New Canaan. The tradition, the history of this program. You've been living it for so long.
Yeah.
You must really enjoy.
I do.
Being a Ram, huh?
Yeah, I truly enjoy it, and to be honest, I'm excited for what's ahead. Not only for my daughters and my son, who's 3 years old, and I hope.
How many sticks do they have?
Exactly.
He has a lot. And he actually wore a New Canaan lacrosse jersey, today, this morning when he woke up. That's what he wanted to put on. So, I was out there today coaching 2nd, 3rd, 5th graders. It's a special town that cares a lot about a lot of sports. It's not just lacrosse, and that culture, drives incredible passion for the community, for the uniform you wear, and I couldn't be happier to be back home coaching at New Canaan with a great group of kids and an incredible athletic department.
You talked earlier about just how long the Fairfield County teams have been playing lacrosse. When you go to a New Canaan game, and you go to a Greenwich game, and you go to a Darien game, you see the game on the field, and then you see a bunch of kids with sticks throwing balls up against the wall or playing catch with one another. And so it's kind of ingrained, right? They see how popular this sport is from the time they're very little, like maybe the way it is in football at Ansonia or some of the other towns, right? So, that's something that you have to nurture and encourage. We hear you talking about your son at his very young age playing lacrosse, but that's what's going to keep a program like yours that has so much success over the years prospering.
Yeah, you're 100% right. We try to give, we call it giving back in New Canaan. And so many of alumni, not just me, come back every single year and coach the next generation of lacrosse players in New Canaan. And I think that is what inspires so many young players, because they watch a college game and they see Michael Krause or Kyle Smith or Tom Carey playing in the Final Four with Ohio State this year, and they say, that's who I want to be. And then those guys come back home and they're right on the field teaching these kids, a lot of them volunteering. So it's truly inspiring. I mean, I would never have gone to play college lacrosse without, Mike Murphy, Andy Towers, Eddie Curry, Dave Curry, the guys that came before me, literally put a lacrosse stick in my hand and taught me the game in my backyard or after practice. So I am grateful for the alumni that came back. Hopefully, the kids that are in high school now say, hey, my generation, they're grateful for us, and then my son will be grateful for the guys I'm coaching now.
Oh, great stuff.
Terrific. And, congratulations. I hope you guys savor this as you have in, at least the two previous ones, that you won consecutively here. So 3 in a row, a tremendous feat. We thank you so much for coming in tonight and wish New Canaan lacrosse the best moving forward.
Well, thanks so much for having me. I really appreciate it. It's a great show.
Chip Buzzeo, head coach at New Canaan. We'll be back and we'll continue with CT Sports Now right after this.